How's it going, boys? And girls, I do not discriminate. I apologize for my absence. Old Coda has been gone for a minute due to some health issues he was having. But of course, you guys probably really did miss me, right? You guys realized I was gone for like 10 days. You guys remember that, right? You noticed. Please tell me you missed me. I just need to know that you missed me. In my mission of becoming the most swole reptile YouTuber on this platform, I decided to have a nice eating out of our good old place Chipotle. Now after eating that scrumptious healthy meal filled with plenty of great macros that I needed to become swole and yoked, I then came down with a awful horrendous stomach virus. The term blowing up your toilet comes from after a day out of eating Taco Bell. I completely annihilated mine. DEFCON 5 nuked that son of a bitch. I was gone for 2 days, I could not leave that toilet or my bed, and now I'm feeling a little bit better and I'm able to make videos again. 2 morals come from that bad boy of a story, and that's number 1, I vow to never eat at a Chipotle again until I forget about the pain that my butthole has severed through these last couple of days, and number 2, I gotta take it a little bit easy because I'm still not 100%. So I figured this would be a great time to do our yearly wrap-up. The end of breeding season has come upon us, and now it's time to give a brief review of what's happened here at DBCB Exotics. We will be talking about all the eggs and babies we have hatched out, all the holdbacks I am holding back, which by God is quite a lot of holdbacks, and then what the 2023 breeding season year is gonna look like when it comes. As always, folks, buckle up, strap on that adult diaper just long enough for you to make a YouTube video so you become not irrelevant on the internet, and let's get started. Now they always say save the best for last, and usually the best is my Tokay geckos, but while the project is the best one that I'm working with, it is also the worst project that is produced this year, so let's talk a little bit about it. My Tokay geckos did absolutely awful this season. I'd say it's comparatively to breeding for my first year ever with Tokay geckos, however I actually did better that year than this year. Not too sure what happened here. We actually ended up getting no eggs except for our oddball to granite morph mutation, our granite morph mutation, so I mean that's still exciting. However, while pulling that granite to take photos, he knocked over those eggs, so right now they are incubating in my little homemade incubator. I hope they hatch and they were not damaged. Comes to our Tokay gecko babies for the year, we have a big fat 0. Zilch. Nada. That's not to say we don't have Tokay babies for sale. Obviously, we did do that order for CBB babies, and I have quite a few available for you guys right now. If you want to check any of those bad boys out, you can see them in the morph market that I have linked in the description down below. But hey, just as time will heal the physical wounds that happened to my glutes a couple of days ago, time will also heal the emotional damage from not getting any Tokay babies. We'll try again next year and we will be bigger and better than ever because I'll be keeping a close eye on this next breeding season in hopes of not replicating what happens to be the worst year I've ever had with Tokays. Breeding season of 2023, we will have exactly 8 females that'll be ready to breed, including my amazing Het Platinum and the Super Red as well. A lot of exciting mutations are gonna come out of this. Some reduced pattern stuff, some Green Galaxy stuff, some Platinum stuff, some potential Super Red stuff, some Het Granite stuff to be trying to prove out the Granite mutation. A bunch of fun stuff will be heading out there when we actually do those pairings in the following season. Unless, of course, it turns out I'm just a giant fraud and I actually just can't breed Tokay geckos, and the foundation that I've cemented on this YouTube channel being Tokays when I can't breed them at all makes me just a has-been, and I'll soon be forgotten as and just known as the man that couldn't even breed a gecko. Why do these intrusive thoughts fill my head? Enough of those shenanigans, let's talk about a project that I did really well on. That is gonna bring us over to the Crested corner now. As I did not make any Tokays whatsoever, you can see by all these amazing bins underneath and below me that I did very good this year with Crested geckos. Each baby in here is one that I produced. We've sold quite a few right now and have a bunch of holdbacks that will be breeding out for the future years. One thing I can really do over here at DBCB Exotics is breed Crested geckos. I really don't say that as a flex because everyone and their grandma can breed Crested geckos. I know 12-year-old people that just, they put 2 together and they get babies, so it's not really a flex to be like, look at all these Cresteds I make, when literally anyone can do it. I don't know if it's obvious by now, but this year wasn't very good, and it's very... This Honestly, really knocked it out of the park this year when it came to our Super Dal stuff. We have a lot of absolutely incredible Super Dalmatians. They're so good, in fact, that I held back almost all of them. Everything right here and right there are going to be holdbacks. So we have exactly 18 geckos we're holding back in the year 2022 for hopefully in our 2024 breeding season to have a bunch more females and able to produce a lot more eggs that will maybe make Dakota not just be eating frozen waffles and ramen 7 days a week. To the next season of 2023, we still have to wait one more year for these guys and these guys in here to be grown enough, so it's not going to be as exciting. However, we do have a couple of holdbacks that I bought recently or that came back from me from my original 2019 pairing. That's going to be, of course, that tricolor to lily white pairing that I'm very excited about, and then Phoenix, one of the original Super Dal tigers that came back to the shop, which is absolutely incredible. So what can you expect in 2023 is lily white crested geckos from us, some tricolor stuff, and then also some more incredible Super Dalmatian crested geckos. But moving on, we still have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. It's gonna... Oh my god. Oh, well, looks like I'm not the only one that blew my butt out while I was gone. Jesus Christ, man. Now, when it came to my Argus monitors, we didn't get any babies, but of course, I didn't really think I was going to get any babies. We really were just growing some girls out, and there's still time to produce some babies here and there, but for the most part, I think 2023 is going to be the year we produce some Argus monitors. I need you to move your tail. Yeah. Thanks. If anyone's ever thinking to themselves, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to make Argus monitors. I want to keep big lizards. This is 90% of the job is just scrubbing shit off the basking stand and off the walls. Jesus Christ, man, it's everywhere. Excuse me, BIMPSON, just gotta sweep some of this stuff off. Excuse me, young man. Excuse me, young man. I'm sorry, I don't know where the dustpan is. I'm sorry. Hopefully in 2023 we can change this, and that means we can finally get some Argus monitors, because I would really love nothing more than to make some baby velociraptors, man. That's honestly been the dream since I got my first pair back in like 2019 or something. I'm just really excited to make these guys, but of course when it comes to monitor lizard breeding, it's not as easy as just putting them in together, and we need to work very hard in order to get these lizards to reproduce. Buddy, are you still mad at me? Is it because of the broom? Is that what I did wrong? Speaking of large lizards, this also brings us to, of course, the Tegu lizards. Speaking of Tegus, we've got our lovely Rosemary right here, who is very confusing me. About once a week, I believe she's down in brumation because she does not come out for 4 to 5 days, and the next thing I know, right before I'm about to tub her, thinking she's good for her long sleep, she wakes back up and does this. So I'm not sure when you're gonna go down, honey, but you gotta do it eventually. Rosemary's been doing okay with taming. She's still a little bit fresh with me. You can see she's not very happy. She's gonna get a little spit up and be like, no, I don't want these pets. Get out of here. But still an absolutely amazing Tegu. Obviously, with our 2022 season, with our Bertha times Blue pairing, we got copulation. We did not get eggs. I messed up the nesting period by actually talking to my friend Joey after Rose City Reptiles, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Rose City, go ahead and go show my little buddy a good old subscribe and tell him I sent you, because I like when people say that. He told me a little bit more about the nesting period, ovulation, stuff like that, so I do believe in 2023 we are going to get Tegu babies, not only from Bertha, our black and white Tegu, but also from Rosemary here, our pure red Tegu. Coming back over into the Crested corner, not because I forgot about these species at all, but just because I want to do it for cinematic effect, with the fact that we did not talk about our Chinese cave geckos. Now, as you guys know, we do not have an original breeding group of Chinese cave geckos that we used to, and we haven't produced one in, I'd say, about 2 years now. However, if you boys are following the DBCB Exotics lore, you'll know that we have 3 probable female growouts that we have been growing out for a year. These girls have been doing absolutely fantastic, and while I don't believe they are going to be ready in the 2023 season, I am sure they'll be ready in the 2024 season. They all are still looking female, so we just need a male, and then we will have a 1.3 breeding group of Chinese cave geckos getting back into those amazing species. But just like the great Billy Mays once said right before he took one too many lines of that happy powder, you already used that joke. But wait, there's more. That's right, folks, we forgot to talk about our Chahoua geckos, the last tier of our New Caledonian line. Some of you guys do buy some more geckos from me, then maybe we'll take that one step further with Leachianus, but I don't know, we gotta sell some Tokays first. Then in 2022, we absolutely knocked it out of the park with our Chahoua geckos. 3 clutches out of the usual 3 clutches you can get. However, unfortunately, one big beetle boy decided to desecrate 1 clutch of eggs, and we only ended up producing 2 of those clutches out of the 3. However, I was still super excited to get 4 of those babies. We ended up holding back 2 for future breeders, and we did sell 2 of them. So if you guys were looking for Chahoua, you should have talked to me last week before the guy bought them. Not to worry, folks, Chahuas will be making a break again in 2023. We'll be getting these boys back in it with pairing, and we'll be making some more amazing Chahuas. Over here, last but certainly not least, or maybe least because I didn't do that well also, we have the day geckos. Now, we used to work with a little bit more day geckos. We had the Madagascan Giants, the Crimson Lines, and the Normals, and the Standing Eye. And while we did trade our Madagascan Giants for, of course, Rosemary, who we looked at a little bit earlier, we still do have a 1.2 breeding trio of the Standing Eye. This year, we did not do very well. I didn't really know much about standing eyes. I didn't know incubation was more like Tokay geckos where you leave the babies with the parents. We ended up losing the babies that we did produce, and we didn't produce a lot of babies. So hopefully I can dial it down a little bit further. We can get a lot more babies. I think for 2023, I will be looking for another male for the standing eye that's over there. And then lastly, for our day geckos, we have our lined day gecko, or Leachianus day gecko, a cute little dude with very much colors. It is a male. I am looking for a female. If you have a female, hit me up. Well, folks, just like the Twilight franchise, all good things must come to an end. I appreciate you taking the time in your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. Make sure to check out all the cool things we have down there in the description. Until next time, goodbye.